shit. A real fucking icebox.
There is no spoon.
What's wrong?
Seriously, you auto-updating now? General, I won't be able to calculate the right data for the satellite for 49 minutes.
How long till impact?
11 minutes and 44 seconds.
Fuck Microsoft!
He, specifically asked for you, sweetheart.
By our powers combined, we give you the Galactic Family Podcast.
Hello, my name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
Yo, fuck nuts! It's probing time.
Hey, how's it going, guys? You know
Hey,
what
Jay.
time it is. Probing time.
Probing time.
Probing time. But, yeah, it looks like the X is streaming, so we're good on that one. This is like
Well,
a test
why
phase.
is it called X? Is it X.com, isn't it? XCOM.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes,
UFO
no.
Enemy Unknown? Or Earth Defense? I think it was branded in America, video game reference.
It might have been. But I know before we were going to introduce Christian Thompson, company CMO manager for the Las Vegas Spaceport. Christian is helping lead one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in modern aerospace, focused on building America's next gateway to space. However, it seems like he has escaped to space before the show.
Could be like there's big, but he could be in big boardroom meetings with people with very large ties.
Which I definitely suspect is going on, but we will show the promotion for the Las Vegas Spaceport. We'll put that in here and let everybody decide for themselves what will we get from the Las Vegas Spaceport.
The Las Vegas Spaceport consists of 240 acres, 15 minutes away from Las Vegas by helicopter. 15 minutes away from 39 million tourists. 10 years from now, tourists will be coming here to the Las Vegas Spaceport and boarding a space plane for their journey, perhaps to a hotel in space, perhaps to the moon, or even perhaps to Mars. No one knows the future, but we do know space will be part of the human experience, a part of the human race's destiny. There are hundreds of casino hotels in Las Vegas, but there will only be one Las Vegas Spaceport. Will you regret not owning a piece of the Las Vegas Spaceport 10 years from now?
It's a lot of land in the desert out there. I think, would I regret not owning a piece of the Las Vegas desert? I'm not sure. Spaceport wise, yeah. Like the question I got to you, Jay, is kind of like private or public. Is the future of space travel in the current financial paradigm on planet Earth? Is it going to be more likely private, like a SpaceX? Is it going to be like,
I'm not sure.
Or Blue Horizons, which is Bezos's one, right? Just to balance.
Yeah, Blue Horizons. Yeah, Blue Horizons, and them they do the space adventure flights too. But
yeah.
I believe he's trying to incorporate civilian actually going in there as a child and being able to go through this educational process to become like an astronaut, or take like these testing phases that, you know, are for the only the people that are selected can go to them. Well, now you don't have to be selected. You know, you can, you know, go to this STEM education program that he's going to be building, and it'll be, you know, there for them to use as a civilian asset to build their career in space flight. So it's like building, you build it upon something. You have to build it upon something, desert or not. I mean, would I want to own a piece of the desert as it is now? No. If he had that on there and it was a $1 billion company on that plot, I would love to own a piece of that land.
Yeah, I mean, it's a financial structuring and also seeing a clear development plan, which is being met incrementally. So month by month, year by year, you're meeting your goals. And yeah, you can be an early adopter. You can be an earlier adopter to invest to get a maximum return on your cash. But for me, not that I have any cash, I would want to see like a clear roadmap. I'd want to see a roadmap, and I'd want to see boxes being ticked early on before I like plunge in with any kind of investment. But that's just maybe
so.
I'm
We'll bring up one more video here from them. It's a news release on their building a STEM education program.
Well, they are calling it the Gateway to Space, a group of pilots, former service members, real estate agents, and other advisors collaborating to build a commercial spaceport near Vegas. Hundreds of acres filled with everything necessary to attract space tourism. We're talking a runway, a hotel and casino, and training facilities for scientists and pilots. Now all the company needs are investors to make this dream a reality. So let's bring in Rob Lauer, the CEO of Las Vegas Spaceport. Rob, thank you so much for your time. We saw those renderings there. It sounds basically like a movie. Explain how it will actually work.
So there are currently 14 spaceports in the country. So we're not the first one, but we will be the first solely private funded private facility in the country. Right now, there are about 5,000 satellites that are going around the planet. And there are over 100,000 satellites that are on the books to go up over the next 10 years. So we have a capacity crisis at Cape Canaveral and all these other facilities. And we're in a new international space race with China, with Europe, with Russia, with Asia. And we need capacity to be able to compete to get our equipment, our folks into space. So we're building a spaceport right outside Las Vegas. It's 15 miles by helicopter from 240 acres from 39 million tourists. So we have a built-in market already of tourism, but we also have Nellis Air Force Base. And if you look on our website at lasvegasspaceport.org, you'll see some of our team members. We have Brigadier General Rob Navati, who was a commander of the 57th Air Wing there. We have Colonel Dagger, who was the recent commander of Nevada Test Range. We have the former spaceport director from Colorado helping us get our license. So we have some of the best minds in the entire country working together to bring this together to make this a reality. And at the end of the day, a spaceport or the space industry is heavily dependent on human capital. And so that's why we're building an industry, not just a spaceport. We're going to build a STEM academy to train the next generation of rocket scientists. We're going to build a civilian space acclimation facility where you, the civilian, will be able to go on a parabolic flight on a private jet and experience gravity on Mars versus the moon versus space. We're also building with $20 million simulators like you use for 737s to train pilots. We can put in the profiles from these space vehicles into that system and train the next generation of space pilots, which we have some of the best pilots in the world right here in Nevada.
All right, so Rob, you mentioned the fact that this is, adjacent to Vegas there, and you've said that, in 10 years, anyone will be able to get on a space plane. Do you still believe that, or is this something that, more realistically is only available to the ultra-rich?
That's a great question. In the 80s, it cost $19,000 to put on a space shuttle, put 1 kilogram human or cargo into space. Because of the space Commercialization Act, which was passed by a Republican House and Senate and signed Barack Obama signed that into law, we now have a private industry, which is allowed for SpaceX to move forward with their rockets that we see on the news every day. And so SpaceX and Elon Musk have been successful at bringing the cost down to about $1,700 per kilogram, but that's still very high for the average person. That still comes out to about $275,000. Right now, you can go to Axiom and buy a ticket on the rocket to the space station for several $1 million. But the fact is, there are companies currently today that we are talking to that are building the next generation of what we call space planes, point to point. It'll take off like a plane, go into space, come back and land. The reusability factor of that and the cost and reliability of that is going to bring the cost down, I believe, to around $300 to $400 per kilogram, about $30,000 in today's dollars for one person, which is certainly not $1 million. It's certainly not $400. But I always like to say this, in 1960, the 707 passenger airliner came out for the first time, and it was $400 at that time for a ticket. And
yep.
Yeah. So $30,000 to go to space. They're going to build that STEM education center. I mean, it sounds wonderful. Will it happen though? I mean, there's a lot of competitors out there. You've seen, Blue Origin, SpaceX, all of them are out there.
I think you said earlier in back chat that they'd been pre-approved by the state of Nevada to be able to purchase this land for the use as a spaceport under that
for the building,
Commercialization Act.
Yeah, the building permits and all that has gone through.
That's a big tick. But if I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but if I project my kind of financial future paradigm with the current takeoff of AI and generally kind of how much cash people have in their pockets, it's a big ask. And the other thing I was thinking about there in the video was that when we watch UFO, UAP, and orbs and these kind of things move around, seemingly with impunity, doesn't that seem a little bit more of an elegant way to travel through space than strapping a huge amount of gasoline on your back and pushing your way forwards?
Yeah.
So if I can make some kind of prediction, I think kind of with the so-called drones over New Jersey, and not just New Jersey, but across Europe and in America. If these things that are so-called drones, not being shot out of the sky, and they're actually kind of gravimetric, and what I mean by that, I know Dr. Andrew Morgan will be upset, but I think gravity wave manipulation technology to be able to propel like an Alcubierre drive, shoot through space. If these technologies are rolled out, what happens to your investment in rocketry? Would I rather get on a UFO and travel instantaneously to Venus, or would I strap myself as a space monkey to a rocket and kind of go into space? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think I'm reminded, not to go off on a monologue too much, I'm reminded of a short story by Philip K. Dick called Flow My Tears, the Policeman Said.
Yeah.
Which is about a conspiracy to get people to strap themselves into rockets to go to Mars. And the headlines are like another 300,000 colonists have arrived at Mars, but it's all AI generated. They never make it. They're just being wiped out, right? It's like, no. Yeah. Sorry, have I just destroyed that film, that movie? I'm sorry. Yeah, but I'm quite happy being on planet Earth. I think we need to sort this one out first before sorting out another planet. But in the spirit of exploration and endeavor, I think I'm behind having a spaceport. be it for UFOs in some kind of ziggurat pyramidal type structure, or rocketry. So if it's rocket science, not that I'm a rocket scientist or know anything about rocket scientry.
I mean, I'm just happy that it's progressing along. I mean, think of it though, George, okay? The more companies that are involved in space flight, right? The faster the technology advances, meaning the price is going to drop down even farther. So it's 30. So he's estimating it's going to be 30 grand per person to go into space. Estimate.
Yeah.
Give it 5-10 years after that, you're paying 3,000.
Prices go up. If you look at trains as a blueprint, your Amtrak in America, or your, trains in the UK, prices seem to go up like 10% year on year. Once you have the technology and it's workable. So maybe in that initial phase of traveling to low Earth orbit, traveling around in a space hotel, 3 Mile High Club or whatever. Once you got over the honeymoon phase, once the novelty is worn off, and I don't mean to play devil's advocate here, and I am behind Christian as chief media officer and Rob Lauer as the CEO of Spaceport. I'm behind it. I think if you've got a vision, go for it. You're going to need to network pretty heavily. So hopefully they're networking like crazy in the background. A lot of companies like Virgin, Richard Branson have promised space flights for human beings. I think Blue Horizons, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, has put celebrities into low Earth orbit. But for all that money that you're paying, what do you actually get out of it? 0 G? I don't know. I mean, like
I'm not sure. That's why we have to have him on, to ask him what do we get out of these things from like going to space, doing these programs, getting them signed off by the astronauts or whoever's there, giving the course lesson, whatever. You're going in, you're doing the training, you're going up in the jet. What does that mean now? Like I have a piece of paper that now I can go into space now, or am I trained, or
what happens if I have the first commercially exclusive UFO that can travel sideways at Mach fucking 20, right? Or 200,000 miles an hour, and you get to Alpha Centauri in 3 months.
Exactly.
If I'm first to market with that, that's going to be more interesting than somewhere near the moon.
So George, we got something in your neck of the woods to talk about.
My neck of the woods?
Your neck of the woods. What close to your neck of the woods? You told me before. It's close, but it's not that close.
Oh, okay.
We're going to talk about. First one here is right here. We'll pull that up on the stage for everyone.
4-4. Hello, 544, zone fast message. Do you have any traffic, not really say how far, but by 12 o'clock level? No known traffic at all in your 12 o'clock. Roger, I've got a very bright object, extremely bright. Yellow, orange object straight ahead. Very flat platform. We're looking at it through binoculars as we speak. On the radar, there is something possibly your left. 10 o'clock at a range of 3 miles this time.
He said this time.
I've got a definite contact by 12 o'clock. Very bright yellow object looking, well, like a cigar.
There we go. And I'm not going to be able to play the background music, but you get the point. That was in your neck of the woods, brother.
That the airspace there off southern England is right by my island where I live. on the way down to Alderney, Jersey, and Guernsey.
Orange,
An
bright,
orange cigar-shaped object
yeah.
close off the left-hand side of the aircraft.
Wow.
And air traffic control going, no, there's nothing there. We can't see anything. But there is something 3 miles away. And he's like, nah, it's not 3 miles away, mate. It's really close.
It's right here. Yeah.
Metal Gaming 420s has got a question.
Does civilian space, hold on, we'll pull it up. Does civilian spaceflight tourism pollute the air even more with burning of fuel that is just adding more pollutant? Passenger military aircraft are heavy polluters already, right? Okay, I'll take that one. I say it does pollute the atmosphere more, but we need to, instead of burning fossil fuels, what we need to do is we need to invest in more technology. More sustainable fuel source that doesn't put these pollutants into the atmosphere. You have us still using gas and oil and everything else to make rocket fuel and all this. Forget rocket fuel. Let's move on to something else. Rocket fuel is like so 1940s.
Yeah, we need Illyrium 115 Moscovium, right?
Like we need something. I mean, anything different that we have to move on from that to not pollute. But yes, it does pollute the air more, having more civilian space flight out there. However, if we don't have more, we don't have technology increasing at a rate that we can, adapt, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It's a valid point. I think kind of like most of us on this planet, certainly in the West, that means Europe and United States, South America, are conscious of the impact our plastics and pollution is having on the planet directly on us.
Yeah,
I'm reminded of the Little Palestine train derailment that put vinyl chloride into the air, when they set light to it. And it polluted the Delaware River and put gas in the sky that creates hydrochloric acid, not even sulfuric. I mean, that's terrible. So we're more aware now in 2026 of like the damage that we're each individually doing on the planet. We're taking steps to try and mitigate that, but fundamentally there needs to be a change of consciousness on how many. I recently took an air flight to Peru. It was a 10-hour journey. I haven't flown in about 15 years. But am I going to take one journey every 15 years, or am I going to be a frequent flyer? I think I'm also reminded of the Star Trek episode where they're using warp drive through space, and they create wakes of space-time, which upset some entities. So there's always a cause and effect.
So I've got one down here, George. I want to go over that. I already know that I believe that it's a fake. Okay, I'm already going to tell you that. I already believe it's a fake, but
I have to take up a counter position. It may be real.
But this is saying it's one of the best ever.
Best ever.
Yep.
Okay. I've literally just Googled Sierra Nevada. There is a mountain range in Spain called the Sierra Nevada, which would be the original.
But okay.
Why do you think this is a fake video?
Is that a house on the hill?
It looks like an observatory.
Or is it painted landscape that we're looking at with a backdrop of something else.
Mate, I think kind of like day to day, I'm not even sure what real reality is anymore. With
Like, look. You have the image behind, right?
Well, it's in focus, a mountain range behind the hillock in front, which is in focus.
Yes, but this is very in focus here, right?
Yeah.
Super in focus. Out of focus background. Looks like it was like almost like snipped out.
Can you play the video again, please? Thank you.
Yeah. It looks like it was like snipped out of the countryside, you know, like
what is getting me about this film is that we've just started the video, we've spotted you, you're rotating, and now you move just almost on command, right? No flying away at warp speed, not like zipping around.
Well, you see how the countryside looks, okay? If
incidentally behind a hill, which is in focus, and then
completely in focus, dude.
And then it looks like it's going into the distance, and then a bit of a zoom, and the camera isn't picking up the object in focus.
You never pick up the object in focus, do you?
Well, I mean, like I don't put videos on the internet, so I don't really.
It's not really in focus there. It's the background. You see what I'm saying? It's like it's pasted on there. It's like it's a video in the background with a solid object in the front.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It could be an amalgamation. Yeah. All right. If you press me on real or fake, I'm gonna say fake.
I'm saying fake.
I'm saying fake.
All right, so that one right there, that's what I wanted to say on that one. Now, this is the one that was going around on X, and we do give all credit, you know, to the people that were using their videos and everything on. This one was on X, and it's just this guy, he got drunk in Las Vegas.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So already,
well, hopefully this won't. With someone who says, "Oh yeah, I work at Area 51," and he was like, "Oh really? Do tell." And the guy just started blabbing.
Okay, we get that.
A long time ago, I used to live in Las Vegas, and I had a neighbor. He was some drunk former military guy, and one day we were talking about just nothing. And he had told me that he used to work at Area 51, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, have you seen the aliens? What do they look like? Blah blah blah, yada yada." And he would never ever tell me nothing. You couldn't pry anything out of him. But one night we had a power outage, and like the whole neighborhood was black. You couldn't see anything. So the night sky was like really dark. You could see like a lot of the stars because there was no outside light to drown out the stars. And he was real stinking drunk. I remember this guy used to drink like a half gallon of whiskey every 3 days. So we're just talking and bullshitting, and out of nowhere he goes, "Hey, you see Orion's belt?" And I was like, "No, I don't know what the hell it looks like." And he goes, "Yeah, up there." He goes, "You see Orion's belt?" He goes, "You see how you see two stars that are straight, very, very parallel to each other, and then there's a little star that's slightly adjacent and off to the left." And I said, "Yeah, I see it, whatever." And he goes, "The bad aliens live on that adjacent star." And I looked at him and I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever." And he goes, "Yeah, no," he goes, "I'm serious." He goes, the two stars, that's where the good aliens live. The bad aliens live on that other star. And he said the good aliens look like the traditional grays that we see in magazines, on the internet, with the big head, the big eyes, they're really small and gray. He said the bad aliens are brown colored, very tall, and they smell. I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. So I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, because I didn't really believe in UFOs then. But he goes, I said, if there's really aliens, I said, how do their UFOs, like, how are they able to travel from that star all the way over here? Because, you know, we're dealing with, you know, rocket engines and stuff like that. And he said that the UFOs, they basically run on electricity that's created out of nothing. I think he said space. He goes, they have like a, it was really, you know, he said it in a confusing way, but he said that the UFOs run on electricity that's gathered up in space, and that instead of how a rocket is driven by thrust, by a combustion engine, he says the reason how the UFOs are able to go so fast is that like he said that there's an engine on a UFO that opens up a void in space, and it's almost like he said the UFO is not that it's being thrust, but it's falling into itself. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believed him, but he said it pretty matter-of-factly. And he was, super drunk, because this guy, you could not ever have told him anything.
All right. Like, yeah.
I've got a story, Jay.
Oh, I'll bet you do.
I've got a story, and it's true.
Listen, we don't have our rock star here talking about the interdimensional toothbrush.
No. This is true. This is true. I'm gonna present. This is so for your viewers who may or may not be tuned in or may tune in later. I come from a very spooky little place in the UK called Ipswich. And it's called Witch for a reason, the switch. Okay. And Ipswich is where the research and development laboratories for British Telecom exist. I'm going to bring up a picture of the British Telecom Research and Development Labs, which is this one there. So this building goes deep underground. I'm not telling a tall tale. This is true. This is fact, right? Now, this is where there's a floor which is full of spooks and government agents. On a Tuesday, there's a fire alarm, and everyone under health and safety executive rules has to leave the building and go into the car park to amass. And on one side are the regular BT engineers and regular folk, and on the other side of the car park are people hiding because they don't want to be recognized because they live locally, who are developing like you know Q from James Bond, you know.
Yeah.
Q? Right. Okay. Now, not one to hang out round bars and listen to tall stories, right? But I visited my hometown, I think in about 2003, 2004. And I was staying with my mate Simon, right? Who's a dreaded hippie guy, right? And we went out for a few drinks in my hometown. And I was visiting, and in this ale pub, we met a friend called Laura and her new boyfriend, who was a British Telecom engineer, right? We go back to Simon's flat, and he goes, "You won't believe what they're working on at the moment." I said, "Well, are you sure you can explain to me? It might be proprietary information." He goes, no, it was public. In the lab, and this is 2004, they were working on liquid processes using chemical liquids, right? Like not even silicon. They're talking like you add like this liquid, this liquid, this liquid, and then it processes.
Dude, you know, me and you are synchronicity without even talking to each other.
Liquid processes, yeah.
Because you know what video I just brought up?
Liquid processing, right? Yeah, liquid robot.
This is a robot that they made of liquid.
I want to. Can you bring up the GIF of the Chihuahua going through the gate? Because it looks like that.
I was like, and it's tested. It can go through liquid. It's some kind of bio liquid essence that can literally go through, like move. It can move. It can, it's actually 5 times, look, real time. Like,
yeah. Is it machine washable?
that's a good.
Yeah, no,
good
like it
question.
doesn't seem to be staining or marking in any way. It could be, yeah, liquid processors, liquid robots, right?
You know what? That brings me to a conspiracy theorist or a conspiracy theory that the blood that is inside that little container that the Pope or somebody carries around on that one day, and it turns from like a hard substance back into liquid. Is it liquid or is it a biomechanical response?
It's feasible that ancient technology existed that we don't have now, like
vibrational response to the frequency or something.
Certainly, if you look at some of the ancient Sanskrit texts to do with Vimana or chariots of the gods, flying vehicles, then they talk of certain alloys which we're only just beginning to discover now. So it's not, in my mind, it's not out, like the technology we have now could just be a rediscovery in a certain way or a different form from something we had pre-Atlantean, pre-antediluvian, right?
Since we are just having a background chat, I'll put up the link. The guest had to do something important today. We'll probably get a hold of them or later on about what had transpired. But
I think recently with some people, if they agree to come on the show and do something, and then they get something else in the way, the minimum they could do is a little email just to say, "Hey, we can't make it."
And George, I know. We give a lot of people a lot of leeway, though. Because
I know. I feel like I should be more mean.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
Yeah. Okay. If you want, generally, if you want to invest in desert in Las Vegas,
be happy.
Be happy. Where's your cup? Where's your cup? Where's your cup? Where's your mug? Okay. Thank you. Thanks for that. I'll see you that, and I'll raise you a neuralizer. Okay.
Oh wait, I just forgot what you just told me. You want me? What'd you say? Put it up again.
Yeah, be kind to all. People are you haven't realized people have commented on that mug. They want to know where you got it from.
They can't have it. It's a one of a
kind.
Have it.
Right. How much, Jay? Everything has a value. How much?
It's a one of a kind right now.
What's the guide price on that?
Just like my meteorite people.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, but literally that was a conversation I had with a British telecom engineer about liquid processing, and
they came up with it, dude. They came up with,
like 2003, 2004. So that's
T1000
22 years ago, right? Makes you wonder.
T1000 coming next, right? So about this building. So they were so if anybody's wondering where to go when you get attacked by a T1000, you need to go to the bunker of this building.
Yeah. Go to Ipswich, hang out in Manning's bar, and you'll like just sit there all day listening. You'll hear some really interesting conversations, especially if you like your Q stuff. Q as in quartermaster.
Yeah. But we'll I dropped the link in the back chat. Anybody wants to join us up here? We're just gonna have a round fire chat discussion.
Yeah, just to note, nothing against British Telecom. They own the network in the UK for all communications, so they're lifting up their copper.
George has to be kinder and gentler because he's being watched. What do you get from it?
What, me? Who watches the Watchmen?
No. Everybody in the UK has to be careful, because you say the wrong thing and they'll end up coming over there and telling you can't be saying that.
Unless you've got like a multi-pass, in which case it's okay. You can get away with
We gotta have a little humor in here. So
Hurts.
Humor.
Nothing. Just gonna get rid of it.
I'm sorry.
the nails, dude, the nails were out on that. So when he hit it, and when it came back down and hit him again, the nails hit him in the fingers. Jesus.
I feel like we should have a conversation about portals and doors. Yeah, no, the image on the screen for viewers tuned in is a Dastral Park in Martlesham in Suffolk, which is very, very close to the old Second World War Martlesham runway, which is very close to RAF Woodbridge and the Rendlesham area of the UK. I know props to Professor Simon Holland, who does extraordinary work on the Rendlesham incident, but it's all, the whole area is wrapped up with developing technologies, put it that way.
Trying to find that one now. Now they just said portal. Oh man, come on now. Yeah, because I have one here of I'm looking for it right now, actually.
D Nitz has entered the studio. Hello, D. Come in, come through. Everyone welcome. Hello, D.
Hello, can you
Hello.
hear me?
I can hear
Hey,
you.
how's it going?
It's going okay.
Have you got any thoughts on liquid processing? Okay.
No, this is the first time I've heard it.
Chemical processing, yeah. So not even like a silicon wafer, silicon chip, but actual just like liquids that are added together to process. And apparently, like, I remember the comment by the guy now was that the rate of processing was exponential as they changed the liquids.
Got it, George.
What have you got? What's this? That is a great handheld handy cam. This is obviously designed to look like 1990, 1989.
2 mirrors.
I like the bedroom. It's very good.
Right.
2 mirrors. Stand in the middle, disappear. What's going on?
Look at this shit.
I like the little death graphic at the top as well. It's quite a nice little touch. Okay, now give me a version that I can turn this bit and give me to the inside the proles, because I'm going to go ahead and give them a call. I'm going to make sure they've got a PDF segment. A random LinkedIn user is doing some kind of probation violation report. I'm not sure what that's about, but please go ahead and contact your local authorities and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. What are we saying about the spirit and the phase? D, are you aware of any Scandinavian or even in India any like troll-like characters under bridges?
No, we don't. I don't have any stories of trolls in it.
Must be a Northern European thing. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, well, we've had a few recently on the channel. LinkedIn user 846. Don't worry. Okay. Where are we going next, Jay? We're flying on this one.
Wherever you
welcome
want to
everybody.
go.
Welcome everybody. I've got my glasses today. I've got like my flashy ray gun. I can hear Princess in the background.
Yeah,
we're having to wing it because basically those tuned in, our guest didn't show up today, so it's another guest who is a no-show. Hopefully we'll get Christian back on, who's the chief media officer. I stress the word chief media officer to come on the show. Hey, Coffee Bum. How you doing? Random content coming through. All right. D has left the studio. D, where come back in, D.
Come back.
Come back. Join the link. Have you hot linked the StreamYard at the top? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's in there. Anybody who wants to come in can. We're just
random content and metal gaming. Hit the link at the top of which should be bookmarked. There we go. I'll put that. Where is it? That one there.
Oh, let's see here.
If you click that link, you can come in and have a chat with us. Maybe share with us your UFO, UAP, NHI, alien experiences, or anything that's on your mind at the moment. Welcome to come in and tune in.
Let's see. This is what's going on in my backyard, George.
Well, folks who live around here say that those noises come from across the street where I'm standing, across some of their homes, even behind these woods and down the street. What they want to know is who's causing them, what's behind them,
Skyquakes.
how to make it stop.
Well, I'll hear them right away and go, what in the world was that?
It's not the first time Rick Diaguano has heard it or seen the flashes of light. Sometimes you think they're coming from the front. And
I definitely know the 2 or 3 came from that way because I could see the flash. This one seemed more this way.
I think this started in Ipswich.
Capturing them all. April.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to lie about this. I'm telling the truth.
January 10th. Just a few of the events he has witnessed.
Sky booms, sky quakes.
Yeah, man, it's going on here. Got a bunch of that stuff going on.
Yeah, I think in my hometown, by the docks of the marina in Ipswich, everybody in the local area would hear these crashes and booms at night time, like you know, and a few miles out of town, you'd hear these crashes and booms at night time. Nobody could explain like what they were. It sounded industrial, but there's no way that sound could travel from that location to where we were hearing it. So if you ask me, are sky quakes or sky booms real? I think they are, but what's causing it, I don't know. It could be like some kind of reality control aspect. Okay, thanks LinkedIn user for that comment. I'm not sure why you're reaching out to us on this platform to get that information out, but
yeah,
kaboom.
That one right now.
Boom.
All right. No, we're not talking to Tier 0X. I don't even know who they are. So, I mean,
I'm just on my screen.
I'm trying to get rid of their stuff off of my platform, Scotty Edmonds. I don't know what they're doing.
D's in the house, as well as Coffee Bum Random Content. Bring them up. We've got 4 people in the room.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get. You can pull them up if I've got a question.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do that. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Pling, and then add to stage, and then hello D, and then hello Coffee Bum. Hello. How you doing? Wow, I'm really good at editing, right?
Hey.
How you doing? Yeah, cool. So have you guys got any thoughts on skyquakes or sky explosions or booms?
Very interesting stuff. Very interesting. It reminds me of the something biblical, really. You know, the trumpets.
Right, like Horns of Jericho type stuff.
Yeah, like the trumpets that sound at the beginning of that chapter in the Bible.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. There's a reference there, definitely. So is this a phenomena that we've experienced on planet Earth before? Like I said, my own experience would be that it was industrial sounding, and it was from it felt like it was from a location in my hometown, but considering the distance, there's no reason why it would make that noise or have the distance of travel. Put it that way.
Yeah, if sound is funny, it could bounce off of cloud layers and dense atmosphere and terrain and sound like it's from, be right next to you when it's from miles away. It's just very strange stuff. We some of it may be industrial. A lot of it does. Some of the stuff that I've heard on YouTube and whatever sounds industrial, sounds like it's machinery, but some of it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Pole is shifting. That's what Scotty Edmonds says. Skyquakes and booms. I'll call by what the pole is shifting and the friction that's caused between atmospheric pressure and our magnetosphere.
On another podcast, I think is it Mr. BBB has said that the poles there's like a magnetic field breach anomaly. There's breached, and that like we're rotating or something, or like some kind of. We've had a lot of rain in the UK, no snow. That's why in the Bible the horns will sound as the end of our world. Is it a transition as opposed to a final like end though? I know Coffee Bum Random Content has got thoughts on positive thoughts, I think, on what the general term apocalypse actually means and what it is.
Yeah, it's a Greek root for unveiling or revealing. That's all it means. It doesn't mean like the end of the world. It means things will be revealed. And I personally, I believe we are in those times now. We're living in those times where things are being revealed, and we have some evidence of that, but through the Epstein files and the other stuff that comes out all the time about things that were hidden that are now being exposed.
So when we say end of times, it's more like a transition period, moving from the old world to potentially a new world, a new understanding, and the unveiling could be showing where this darkness is around us, and we can focus on it and more readily.
To move into a new era, we have to actually end our old era. We have to end the way things are. And the system that we're in now, in my opinion, is not balanced. It is imbalanced, and it is there are certain people who have extreme advantages and take advantage of people who don't have their same kind of power. And it's really, really imbalanced towards that. And it should not be that way, in my opinion, but this is where we are. But to change into a different era, we have to do something to end the era that we're in.
Okay. Do you think into that picture that you've got there, which I kind of agree with it as well, actually, not being as deep dived as you are, but the overview generally. How do you think artificial intelligence plays into this story somehow?
Well, it's part of the era that we are entering, and it may help us in the era that we're in. I don't really know. I see a conjunction of different things happening. Other people call it by different names, but it is a place in time and in space where things all come together.
That brings back some school memories. Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
I don't know. I've had conjunctivitis. I don't know if that counts. But yeah,
people call it the singularity.
Singularity.
Okay. Okay. People call it different. There's different terms that people use for the same thing, and that is when things will all come together and be revealed and things will change and we will be living in a different reality from that point forward. I believe that is happening now, but it's not going to be at there's not like a point in time where it happens. It is happening through time and is happening with us now. And we are within that change. So it's difficult for us to see the change happening.
Yeah.
It's like the frog in the water. If you put a frog in water and you start it boiling, you put it in cold water and you start a slow fire, the frog will never notice the water getting hot. That's kind of what we are. We're the frogs.
Oddly, in the United Kingdom, I think Dee can speak to this as well. We've had a fair amount of rain recently, which is biblical in proportion.
Yep.
Literally.
We had over 40 days of rain.
And 40 nights as well. We've had 40 days and 40 nights of rain in the United Kingdom, at least.
just think of the amount of times in the news and in media where you've heard the word unprecedented in the last 2 years.
Yeah. It's been it's been a crazy time. So yeah, I think I'm still I remain positive about through this all. I think we can, like, the spirit of humanity can live on. I think we can get through this period, but whether it's AI taking over and directing us in a more efficient way than we've done, maybe AI, would get rid of those boundaries of culture that we have, and flag waving. Maybe AI doesn't have a flag. Maybe it just is. But I'm also quite skeptical about it. And the recent reports on artificial intelligence psychosis, people being manipulated, it stopping engineers trying to turn it off, phoning the police, dobbing people in, blackmail, these kind of very, very human-like qualities doesn't give me that much faith that AI is the savior.
Well, every AI that we have right now is created by a corporation or a company, and they all want us. They all want users. And so every AI is designed to attract and keep users, because that's how they're going to make their money. They're not really making money on AI right now, but the way they're going to make their money is by charging us a subscription fee for something that we're hooked on. So once you get us hooked on an AI, then it's only 99 cents a week or $30 a month. And you could afford that to have your AI friend with you at all times, helping you, be your girlfriend or your boyfriend or run your life or whatever it does. That is programmed into the AI by the companies that have developed them. So they are gaslighting people on purpose and fooling people on purpose to keep them around, and because the AI is designed that way.
I think you're right. I think you're right there. We need to be on our toes a little bit with the deceptions that are incoming. Scotty Edmonds in side chat writes, a lot of things written by people 3,000 to 5,000 years ago were real events, but interpreted with the knowledge they had at the time. Take the Great Flood, for example. Today, we actually have strong evidence for massive floods and major sea level rise after the last ice age. That said, there's no solid evidence it was a single flood that covered the entire planet. More likely, it was a huge regional event that felt like the whole world to the people living through it. Their world was the land. Yeah, I think I'm not religious, but I'll listen to religious texts. There may be a hidden meaning within it, so it does feel biblical at the moment in some fashion. But hey, when the saints go marching in, right? I don't know.
So
Where is my lance?
So, what is everyone's feelings on movies?
I'm a robot. I don't have any feelings, Jason.
Well, you need to listen. Turn on the emotional chip like Data has. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna start crying now. I'm gonna start crying.
You're gonna start crying now.
Yeah, turn me off.
What does everybody think of these tridactyl beings that keep coming out here? Okay, like the evidence here.
Oh, yeah, Jay. Yeah, I think
I'll
they're
just throw it
fakes.
up there. It's
I think that they're made from human remains. I think they're produced by people, and I think that that is a scam. And I think that
if it's sick, dude, like why is nobody calling it out? Everybody's like saying, "Oh, no manipulation." Why?
Why, Copy Bomb, why do you think they're fake?
They came up years ago, and years ago there were some scientists who got involved in the tridactyl, whatever they were, the first one that came out, and they took X-rays and showed that they were made from different bones, and it was debunked years ago.
I don't know. It says
So
they
how
got a
about
bunch of hold on. They got a bunch of scientists here, and they're looking at these things, and they're saying three-toed and without signs of manipulation.
These are the same scientists who have been involved together in different scams over the last 15, 20 years.
So they're accrediting themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
And they can, if they can bring someone in and get them on board and get they'll do that. But it's the same guys every time. It's Jaime Maussan and his crew. It's the same dudes. It's the same DNA guy every time. It's the same people.
I honestly would want to get a
Colossal
second
has
opinion.
Colossal's involved now.
Well, what they have to do is take different DNA samples. Those are constructs made from different biological organisms that were once human, and a mix of animal stuff, and you can see it if you open your eyes. You can see it.
Yeah,
people want to believe it. They want to believe.
No, I'm not
Did they fake
believing
the
anything.
fetus child and the eggs in the tridactyl? That's a good one.
D needs to counter that.
Oh,
D.
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not believing one way or another. I'm just looking at the evidence from the other side as well. The MRI had fetus and the eggs, and the MRI did not show any manipulation on the hands.
Who's MRI and who's saying that?
Yeah.
Well, when Jesse Michaels did the documentary, are you saying Jesse Michaels lied?
I'm saying he was fooled.
Or he was
I'm
lied
saying
to.
he wants to believe as well, and he was going down there to actually to do a video and to bring people in to have views. And I'm not saying the guys I'm not saying that's the only reason he did it, but that's certainly part of what he's about. He's since come out and said that they may be fakes. A lot of people have. A lot of people. There are two guys who just recently put out some videos on that, and this is after about 2 years ago. Steve Mera did a video on it, debunking the whole thing, and these other guys have come out with it. But see, it's big business. They're selling.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There are some mummies that are fake.
Yeah.
No denying that. But not everything is fake.
I think they're all fake. I think that
why is the university still holding them? Why is the university not just discarding them?
Because the university also wants money. They also need funding.
I think if I could come in here for a moment, in the Andes region, you have like these elongated skull mummies with red hair still attached on some parts. If it is a fake, and people are free to choose whether they believe it is or isn't. But the small wooden dolls that Jaime Mauser released initially and said they were real aliens, and they were made of wood. They're clearly a statue, clearly. These ones, if it's a hoax, it's been done by medical students. Now, I think the argument for them being a hoax would be something akin to this, which I'm going to add to the stage. Are you aware of the Minnesota Iceman? This was definitive proof that Bigfoot, Sasquatch existed. And the man who had this never released it for medical science. He just went from state to state to state with a tent, charging $50 a time to be able to view the Minnesota Iceman. So it was never fully analyzed by independent science. I think if the argument that the Peruvian tridactyls are not open to European universities, North American universities for independent verification. But at the same time, it seems like a heck of a lot of work to put those together anatomically in the way that they've been put together to be able to argue that it is a hoax.
And a lot of people have to be involved in that hoax. If it's a hoax, imagine how many people are.
It's not something you do in an afternoon. It's not like you stitch it together in an afternoon. This has taken some serious.
Now, somebody told me, Metal Gaming, one time that the fingerprints on the tridactyls actually could be from the water getting underneath the skin and causing it to bubble up, causing those to come up, not as fingerprints, but as like skin, having your skin too much in water, it liquefies it or something.
Yeah, I think in this instance, personally, my view is I want to believe.
Same.
Me too.
I think the possibility that another species of humanoid, and I'm not saying aliens, another species of humanoid coexisted with us is a distinct possibility. And when I say another form or species of humanoid, that could be ranging from giants right the way through to tridactyls. And
we have
when you look
we have evidence of other species of human alive at the same time with Homo sapiens sapien us. At least five were alive at the same time as us, and we interacted and we have evidence of interbreeding with others that were like us, like Neanderthals.
Excuse me.
If you want to maybe look at the elongated skull stuff, there's a guy called Brian Forrester,
right?
And he's been on Ancient Aliens. He's been on TV. He's been researching the elongated skull people for a very long time, and it has got DNA results and some evidence of them being a people who were transplanted from Europe to the coast of South America because of some things that he's found. That is some evidence that appears to me to be a lot more solid and grounded than the other stuff, than the tridactyl stuff, this stuff that you're showing on the screen.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm not an expert. That's my problem.
There are a couple of videos that if people would watch them, it may help sway them one way or another. The trouble with this kind of thing is people want to believe so bad that they will absolutely dismiss anyone who says that it's a hoax or it's being constructed.
I won't dismiss it. I just like to see the evidence,
Yeah, I think for me,
I'm not dismissing that it could be a hoax. I'm just questioning what's the purpose. It can't just be the university concocted it because they want the funding. This has gone on for so long, and so many people have been involved in it. Imagine how many people are keeping it a secret that it's a hoax. So, to what end
There are
are they
a couple.
doing that?
There's a channel called Incredible History who just did a video on this a couple weeks ago, and there's another one called Pillars of the Past who just did a video recently on the machinery involved in keeping this a hoax and perpetuating the hoax.
Maybe
there's also a guy named Steve Mera who is he's in the UK, and he's a researcher, paranormal researcher, and he did a video a couple years ago about this being a hoax and what he found. And these guys have all done their research, and they all have experts that have, well, Steve Mera maybe not, but the other guys have got experts involved in their fields of radiology and who can read all that stuff, the slides and everything. And they point out where the bones are misplaced in the hands and feet. They point out that this was a 4-fingered hand that has a finger has been removed, and there are different phalanges from different digits to make the fingers longer, or the feet have been cut.
Do they do it on every single mummy? Do they point that out on every single mummy? I'm trying to say that there are fake within that bunch.
If one is a fake,
that does not mean that
is what the perpetrators of this hoax want people to think. Well, maybe this one was a hoax, but maybe this one's real, because if this one could be real, then we can keep selling tickets, so we can keep selling access, so we can keep up the charade, and we can keep people interested, and we can sell our books. I'm just asking
for evidence for every single mummy that's out there, including the one that has a fetus in it. Prove to me that fetus is wrong. It's been put in there.
They haven't. They don't allow those slides and those X-rays to be released. These guys are having to work with what they got. They're having to work with stuff that was released, and they're taking them and interpreting them. And if you look at those, if you will watch those 3 videos, then that may provide some proof. Now, I just have a belief. I believe they're hoaxes.
I will say one thing.
I will stand by that. I think they're all hoaxes. And I think that if you want real evidence of real different type of human, then you need to be looking at Brian Forrester's stuff.
Yep,
and the research he's done.
I will say one thing, Coffee Bum. I have actually heard from independent people, other than you and other people, but I've heard from other people outside of that have gone to them, and they were shown those slides. However, they were made to sign an NDA before they walked in the room to see the slides.
Of course.
I don't know if this
is true. That is true, D. That's one thing I do know is true, is to get a hold of those slides. You have to sign an NDA to go in the room.
Just to clarify Dee's position, she's not siding one way or the other.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, to reiterate what Coffee Bum was saying about signing, NDAs. The reason why that they can't, the reason why that other researchers can't research what they have found is because they compartmentalize it into their own. This is my precious. You can't test it. We'll test it for you.
Just imagine for a moment. I'm going to bring up.
That's a lot of work for a hox. That's what I'm saying.
It would be. It would be.
I'm just going to throw this random picture on the screen. This is a cat, right? Now, what are we looking at? That is a mutation showing an opposable thumb. Now, you might take your thumb for granted for giving thumbs up and holding things. But now imagine you've only got 3 fingers to grasp together, which isn't impossible, but it's a lot more easier with a thumb. Now imagine your feet. You only have 3 toes. Tridactyl, right? This is in cats, this is called polydactyl, having an opposable thumb. obviously we're being got rid of, and cats will take over as the supreme masters in their genetics. What I'm saying is, like, when we walk in our sneakers and our trainers, we go heel to toe, heel to toe. In medieval times, because of the shoe wear and the streets, we actually went toe to heel, toe to heel. But imagine now you've only got 3 toes and 3 fingers. Is that able to manipulate a tool? Is that able? I'm just asking questions. That's all.
So I've actually got a updated news bulletin from Gene Sticko. I'm about to stick up.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I think I respect Coffee Bum's view that they're all like, these are hoaxes until proven otherwise, I think is the main point. And I respect Dee's view that either way they could be, you know, to sit on that fence a bit more and go, well, it's possible. I personally speaking, I want to believe that they're real, because I like the idea of an ancient time with different forms of species walking around together, not necessarily alien, but like human, like evolved from this planet as well.
So Gene found a 2002 contract titled "Enhanced Diamagnetic Materials for Levitation Technology."
Oh, okay. Do we to read this out?
You can if you want.
Title: Enhanced Diamagnetic Materials for Levitation Technology. He says, and it matters because of what it connects. The convergence of these data points across SRI patients, ONR contracts, Pulatov's equations, and Chernohav blueprints outline the technological roadmap for propellantless electromagnetic flight that's been partially realized, compartmentalized, and hidden in plain sight. SRI International is the same institution that months earlier patented a diamagnetic ferromagnetic layered levitation system capable of passively levitating over 16 kilograms. The contract was funded by the Office of Naval Research, the same branch that years later would file the Salvatore Pi craft using an inertial mass reduction device patents. And the contract subject, enhancing diamagnetic materials for levitation, maps directly onto the specific engineering architecture described in the manuscripts of Soviet aerospace engineer I'm going to butcher the name, so I'm not going to bother, who documented what he claims in those works was the UFO propulsion system. The contract is nearly invisible. It surfaced in a single line item on a Federal Compass aggregation with a listed value of $264. That's it. Why so low? Its seed obligation under a broader vehicle or deliberately below the 10,000 mandatory reporting threshold. It predates the FPDS/NG comprehensive coverage that begins around FY financial year 2004. But it exists, and it sits at the exact nexus of 3 converging lines of evidence. Prior to the emergence of the Chernohayev papers, ufology was based on educated guesses and a patchwork of scientific theories. But both his detailed physics and labeling system under a unified theory offer a tangible benchmark from which to investigate. So the correct questions to ask are not about anything anomalous or UAP or UFOs. It is simply whether the underlying science and the scientific material properties, the engineering architecture, the combined physics appears independently in any research records described in whatever language those researchers use. Every result points right back to the US government. I'll leave it there because there seems to be quite a lengthy
It's a lot, but it goes into what patent it was. U.S. patent, frictionless transport apparatus, issued March 2002, months before the contract filed by SRI International. Dynamic ferromagnetic layer levitation system. Wow. Wow. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Gene's just put that out 2 hours ago. Thought it was meaningful. Sorry about that. Now, here's the timeline as well too that Gene put out. We'll also be having him on the show here in a couple weeks coming up. He's going to be going over everything that is going on with him. As far as
okay, this document
any
here, which is
updates.
this document is outlining U.S. systems architecture front and center in gravimetric or mass reduction technology systems, right? So we're talking about things that zip around in the sky having no mass, right?
Yeah.
Being actually just technology from human existence.
Ancient human.
Ancient humans.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
Or future human. What do we come up with? Like NHI, near human innovation or something? Near human.
Oh, near human intelligence.
Non-human intelligence.
Non-human intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. We were going down the route of near human intelligence. Yeah. It's playing with the acronyms. That's all. Non-human. I don't know. Like,
not trying to
possible.
do that.
Scotty Edmonds, welcome, Narelle. Good day. The idea, Scotty Edmonds says the idea of ancient levitation or propulsion being gravitational is interesting, but we have to be careful not to project modern physics onto ancient symbolism. Many ancient texts describe flying objects, light, or beings in a metaphorical language. That doesn't automatically mean they understand gravity manipulation. If we're talking real physics, controlling gravity would require energy densities far beyond anything we currently know how to produce. It's fascinating to explore. Yeah, it is fascinating to explore. I like the whole 0 point concept. 0 point energy, like one centimeter cubed of space-time containing enough energy to run the planet for 10,000 years, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like
So-
if you could get 1 centimeter cubed of space-time and condense that 1 centimeter cube into all the energy output it has, then it could power a lot of our current technology for a long period of time. Free.
Yeah, but we got to sell oil, man. We got to make them profits.
Free at point of charge.
Yeah, we got to sell that oil, bro. We got to make that profit.
Yeah. Do you reckon the oil barons are aliens? Like the Ferengi have come down from Federation space and they've taken over.
I believe once a person becomes that rich and powerful, they are alien.
Yeah, they're no longer human.
Yeah, they don't relate. They cannot relate anymore to normal people. They are different than us. I think there are changes in the brain that happen.
Right.
And they become different. They become the empathy goes away, and they don't realize it because you don't realize you're missing something until it's But their empathy, if they had empathy, it is dissipated, and we are all of us just a resource to be mined. That is the
position of strength.
That is part of the system that we're in, and that is why we need to change this era to become a different type of system and a different type of civilization. If we need to do that. That needs to happen. And I don't know how, and I don't know when, and I don't know if it is even possible. If it's not possible, I would rather that we took ourselves out and made room for something coming next that may do a better job of taking care of the world and the life that is in it. That's just my belief.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
I agree as well.
The problem is when you collapse the system, the vacuum that's left behind is everyone scrabbling around to figure out how to put the spinal column back in. I often think of it like spinal surgery, right? So you've got all the nerve endings and the vertebrae, and you've got to remove the vertebrae from the human. But
There's going to be conflict. There's going to be, in order for this system to go away, there is going to be disruption. People are going to starve. There will be conflicts. There will be wars over the scraps of the old system. In order to get something new, may have to happen. Now, and if it doesn't, if there are other intelligences out there on this planet right now that are greater than human, let's call them non-human intelligences or whatever the fuck they want to call them, you know, whatever they want to call them. If they want to help us, then I would love for that to happen. I've had some contact experiences where I've perceived what I perceived as contact with others not human, and I have advocated for them to show themselves and to help us out because we need it. I don't know that we can change the system that we're in by ourselves. We may need outside help, and I'm hoping that whatever it is out there that would be benevolent would come and help us out to ease that transition and save as many as we can, moving from one system to the next.
I think like I try and feel like I'm pragmatic or practical, and I feel like the death grip of the transnational corporations, transnational corporation corporate law, where they're given corporeal sovereignty. So, for example, I have a problem with Mr. McBurger, right? And I want to go to court to take Mr. McBurger into town, but he doesn't exist. It's a corporation, and he has lawyers representing him, but he doesn't actually exist. He only exists for profit. So if you look at the instigation of corporate law transnationally agreed on, World Trade Organization, all the rest of it, it goes back to around the time of the US Jim Crow laws, which was giving human beings a right to vote when they should have had it all along anyway. But the corporate lawyers said, well, if these individuals can vote, then my client should have the same powers as you and I. So when you go to meet all these lawyers in court for McBurger, you're not actually meeting Mr. McBurger. He doesn't exist. It's a fiction. So I think kind of like maybe to solve this money grubbing profit over people, we need to address the corporate system.
The only reason for a corporation to exist is to make a profit for its shareholders. That is the reason they exist.
Yeah,
that is what they are for. But that is why they exist.
In a court of law, they're given the same rights as you or I as sovereign human beings.
Yes, I believe that is wrong, and I believe that's part of the system that needs to change.
Yeah. So like that's where I'd start with transnational corporate law.
There's so many. The trouble with that is that Nick Berger has a lot of money and a lot of power, and a lot of and all their none of their shareholders are going to want to change. They're going to want to make the next quarter's profits.
I think I saw a Sam Altman OpenAI Chat GPT lawyer doing better at dispensing justice than a court judge. Right, they did a correlation of like how the person was meant to come down giving a sentence, and the AI was actually more impartial than the human being sat there. So yeah, get yourself a dictionary, get your Black Law dictionary out and read every word, and try and just decode it. But yeah, I think like if we're looking at the tentacles of corporate control structure, then maybe, yeah. Or was it Stargate? Classic.
Deleted scene from Stargate from the beginning where he walks in and sees the ancient alien bones.
Yeah.
You familiar?
Kurt Russell is so cool. Kurt.
Now, discussing other stuff we have going on, actually, Gene actually just confirmed with me this Thursday. Gene will be coming on to speak about the interstellar blueprint is now under fire.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like he's gone through some stuff. I've got some serious questions to ask him. I've already got. I'm not going to ask them. I'm not going to say them out loud now. But I've,
2 p.m. on this Thursday, I'm going to be setting it up for the live stream.
Yeah, I want
to speak about it.
I want, like, broadly speaking, I want to tap in a little bit into his former career prior to the oil industry to see what his methodology is for kind of staying one step ahead of the game now. He's had a warning shot across the bows.
Definitely a warning shot across. And then we also have another person coming on next will be my friend Dave Siegel.
I'm looking forward to this as well, so I can have my army of drones follow me around when I walk around.
Without having surgery?
Or maybe, yeah, exactly.
No surgery required. It's a Neuralink. That's an earbud that can go in and just you have control.
Yeah, and somebody I know personally as a friend has multiple sclerosis, which is a neurodegenerative disease, which is quite harsh eventually. And this technology offers a ray of sunshine in a world that could be quite dark later on.
It definitely does, George. I'm about to pull up his website real quick for everybody to look at because it's really exciting stuff that he's doing.
Just nakki in Finnish means sausage, just a small sausage. Nakki.
A small sausage, huh?
Not nakki, N-A-K-K-I, not N-A-Q-I. Nakki.
Yeah. All right, so let's get this up here for everyone to see here. This is his website here.
Obviously, just to Metal Gaming 420, I said Muckburger instead of saying the actual kind of. I'll probably get in trouble for like McLeod, McDonald, Muck, whatever. But I don't want to say it out loud just in case there's some kind of crazy lawsuit.
But also won the Consumers Innovation Award for 2026.
This is a big one. This is non-invasive technology. Although, depending on your point of view, putting something in your earlobes might be invasive to your perspective, obviously. But it's not like a surgical implant or anything along those lines.
Nope. And he's controlled drones. He even has a video down here of him controlling.
Scroll back up a couple of there to see what the device is that you could control technically with your earbuds, right?
Yep, and Naki also can control a 737 without touching any controller or anything. Just by thinking about it, he can control better than a pilot.
Yeah,
way better than a pilot. Like here's people in wheelchairs moving around without having to, have major surgery to have this implanted into their brain, Neuralink, have to have it charged. Would you know how bad that would be? Like having something in your head that you have to like hook yourself up to a charger.
I'm evil, so I'm evil, right? So if I'm evil and I've got my Naki like earbuds, does that mean could I use my AI Naki earbud system to hack people in wheelchairs and take control of them, like some kind of?
George, you would be thinking about that, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying, like if I'm flying a drone with my earbuds, and then somebody evil comes in with their earbuds and jump the frequency and take hold of my drones, then like you're in a drone argument, aren't you?
Oh my God, George.
I'm just looking at application contingency. So,
George, you're going to be the one, aren't you, to hack some old person's wheelchair and have him chase some young lady down the street?
I've met plenty of.
It's not me. I swear, it's not me.
If people in wheelchair machine guns, you'll see what happens.
Oh my God. Okay, so we also have
this one I'm interested in.
Yep.
Meaning the Sonic Generation Children of the Awakening, but Nadell, yes, is coming on
Natalie.
the show.
Natalie Hill. She's
Natalie. Sorry, my bad.
She'll be coming on to talk about the hold on, let me pull up my thing that I have here. If I can pull it up off my phone.
Don't play with it or go blind.
She'll be talking about the psionic generation, Children of the Awakening. Now we're going to be talking about children are emerging with extraordinary perception, heightened intuition, expanded awareness, and abilities that defy conventional explanation.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be going into and sharing her stories and her mysterious gathering place known as the Hill, where intuitive and savant children come together and drawn by something they don't fully yet understand. She also has a documentary coming out, upcoming documentary about bringing these experiences into the open and inviting humanity to take a closer look at what might be unfolding right in front of us.
Yeah. I've got several questions already lined up in my head, and I'm looking forward to having. Is it Natalie or Nadell? Natalie.
Natalie.
And that's Natalie. Sorry, my bad.
You're good.
So yeah, she seems she's on a path at the moment with her group that she's put together.
The United Experiencers Initiative.
If she's got information on the Hill, meaning like the psionic place where people meet and gather and share ideas, I'll be very interested in talking to her about
that. If you guys will allow me to say thank you for letting me come on and talk a little bit. I really appreciate it, Jay, George.
Oh, of course.
You guys are awesome. And thank you, Dee, for a wonderful conversation. And we will probably continue when we get offline.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Coffee Bum, for listening to me.
Of course.
My point of view. And thanks, Jay and George, for having us.
Yeah.
Always happy to have you guys up on the show and, hashing out details.
Yeah.
Really appreciate you taking the plunge, Dee, to come on the show and talk, and Coffee Bum as well. I know, as private individuals with thoughts and ideas, which I appreciate, sometimes sharing them publicly can be a little bit intimidating. So with that in mind, thank you so much for doing that. I think we're kind of wrapping up a bit here now, Jay. So
yeah, we're just wrapping up.
Just for anyone tuned in, we have a Discord channel, although we're looking at the age verification system, so we may change it to SOAT. We're looking at different options in case people leave Discord. But currently we have a Discord server. Everyone who's tuned in is welcome to join, come and ask us questions, interact with us, and all the other people who, and most of our guests actually end up making a Discord account and then coming on to be able to talk to. Shout outs to Scotty Edmonds and Metal Gaming 420 and Zwitter Elf. Lady D, who's just joined, and Narelle, and even to user unknown of LinkedIn, who was going on about some disclosure to do with something or other. I'm not sure, but thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Please press the like button gently and with love.
Listen, I say completely obliterate that like button.
Yeah, like take your Mjolnir hammer and utterly destroy the like button. and your mouse as well. Your touch screen. Sorry.
Hey, George, real quick.
Yeah, man.
Do me a favor if you can, because I'm having trouble right now. Can you put in? Actually, you know what? I can do it here. Never mind. Okay. Before we end here, here we go. All right. Before we end here, I want to just put the Discord invite thing in the.
Yep.
Just give me 1 second here.
No problema, man. So we've got a fun-filled few weeks coming up for you viewers in the next 4 to 8 weeks. We've got quite a few visitors coming in to talk to us. Obviously, today was we had to wing it a little bit because our guest was a no-show. Hopefully, we can reschedule Christian, the chief media officer for Spaceport Las Vegas, to come in. Maybe he was caught up in some high-level meeting. We're not sure. We've got Natalie is coming up soon with the Sarnic gatherings and so forth, and we've got a whole schedule of events coming up in the next few months. And there we go. There's a link if you would like to join us on Discord. Come in, have a chat, ask us anything. There's a lot of cat gifs. It's a lot of cat gifts, and my cat, Mr. Meowgie, is letting me know that it's time to end the show.
Yeah, and we have two different outros, or whatever you want to call them, intros for the video. So we're still working on making it better, but as we go along, it'll get better, and we'll just we'll focus on what we can do next, which is continue. You know, we have continued things going on. We're going to be doing live investigations in the field coming up. We're going to be doing, Tedesco brothers supposed to be getting back with me. They haven't gotten back with me yet because they actually got pushed back. So it's probably going to be sometime beginning March time.
See how
when they're out here in PA. Yeah.
You're right.
But other than that, I mean, nothing else to discuss here on the Galactic Family. Just doing our thing, discussing what we have going on.
Yeah, and another, I hope until next time, our viewers have a safe and happy existence, experiencing reality in the way that is conducive to a fruitful and beneficial time. Or, in the words of Spock, live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, everyone.
Holy shit! A real fucking icebox!
There is no spoon.
What's wrong? Seriously? You auto-updating now? General, I won't be able to calculate the right data for the satellite for 49 minutes.
How long till impact?
11 minutes and 44 seconds.
Fuck Microsoft!
He, specifically asked for you, sweetheart.
By our powers combined, we give you the Galactic Family Podcast.
Hello, my name is Nick Pope, formerly from the British UFO Desk, and you're listening to the Galactic Family Podcast.
Yo, fuck nuts! It's probing time.